My dear friends, let's see the real story of the struggle and establishment of homeopathy with hardship and pain, which gives us the freedom to practice medicine. A man underwent established homeopathy based on research of medicine, so we can be called a doctor, researcher, and professor. Dr. Christian Friedrich Samuel Hahnemann was born on the 10th April 1755 at Meissen in Saxony, Germany. He was the third child of the porcelain painter. He was admitted to town school and he was a favorite to all his princess school teachers. He learned many languages, but the financial status of the family was not good. Hahnemann's father could not provide good education and admitted him as a laborer in a nearby porcelain factory. But with the support of people and the staff of the Princess School, Hahnemann re-entered the school and started studying. At the age of 20 years, Hahnemann joined Leipzig Medical School for higher studies in 1775 and he got his MD degree from Erlanger University in 1779. He taught French, German, and translated many books from other languages for his survival during his higher education period. He married on 17 November 1782. After becoming an allopathic physician, Hahnemann was not happy and dissatisfied with the existing system of modern medicine because most of its methods were cruel and unreasonable. And he fought against the practice of bloodletting treatment and compound mixtures. Also, he condemned the use of patent medicine. Hahnemann worked as an author and lived in poverty with his wife and 5 children in Leipzig from 1789. After toiling all day long at his task of translating for the press, he frequently assisted his courageous wife to wash the clothes at night, but they were unable to purchase soap, so they employed raw potatoes for the purpose. He left a house in the town of Leipzig due to the high rents and unhealthy air for the sake of his sickly children. Driven from one township to another because of favorable conditions did not admit to earning sufficient unless he practiced against his principles. In 1790, he experimented the first drug proving of cinchona on himself while translating Keynotes Materia Medica, and he cured many cases of mental patients. This is the phase of dawn of similia similibus curantur. In 1811, Hahnemann was appointed as a lecturer at Leipzig University. In 1820, he was fierce opposition from students and professors. He had to face so much criticism from the medical world for his discovery. He and his followers were ridiculed as quacks and threatened that their medical registration would be cancelled. Many books, journals, pamphlets, and articles were published against him and a new system of homeopathy. He was criticized and abused in the articles in foul language. Hahnemann and his disciples were also prohibited from using homeopathic medicine and from dispensing their own medicines. People tried to discourage him from the development of homeopathy, but he continued his work on homeopathy and carried on with experimentation with more new medicines. He completed successfully clinical trials of 99 drug substances directly on the human being with evidence-based medicinal data and published in his books with the scientific rules and regulation of their use in a manual book Organon of Medicine. In Cologne, Hahnemann got first time permission to start the medical practice of homeopathy. After treating an epidemic disease cholera successfully with the use of camphor in 1821, In 1833, the first homeopathic hospital and medical college was started under Dr. Mortais Muller. In this course of 50 years of the journey, his first wife died in 1830 and for 4 years he was cared by his daughter, and later he was married again in 1835 and shifted to Paris, France. The last years of Dr. Hahnemann's life were spent in Paris, where he had received every mark of respect and honor, and where his great ability was recognized by enormous clientage. He was a member of various scientific societies in Leipzig and other cities, and was highly honored for his research in chemistry. Dr. Hahnemann fought alone for the betterment of humanity and the right medical treatment to improve the wrong modern medical practice on the people. He lived in poverty with his family, but he never compromised with his principles and inductive methodology. Despite his unique contribution and research, he was expelled from his country, in which he lost his one child, but ultimately he won because he stand with the truth, and the legacy was extended by his true disciples. He died suspiciously on the 2nd of July 1843. His second wife did not announce it publicly and kept his dead body for 9 days at home. He was buried in the cemetery of Montmartre, and the funeral was very poor. Even after his death, his grave was not properly looked. But after about half a century of his death, he was given a proper funeral and was reburied in a proper place in Paris, and a proper grave according to his reputation was built. Many homeopathic physicians attended the reburial from all over the world. In memory of Dr. Hahnemann's incredible medical work, governments of many countries released postal stamps, postal cards, postal covers, coins, and monuments. If the Nobel Prize had not started in the 19th century, Dr. Hahnemann could have got it for his unique and great contribution to medical science for public interest and humanity. According to WHO ranking, France is on the number one position in world's health care system because they have adopted Dr. Hahnemann's method and homeopathy in the mainstream of medicine. These books must be read by every student of homeopathy who wishes to become acquainted with the mastermind himself.